This video will show you how to use some of the main features of a load driver for testing your circuits. So this here is the 3710A DC electronic load by Circuit Specialist. According to the manual, the tool can handle inputs up to 360 volts DC, up to 30 amps, and up to 150 watts. This device provides variable loads, which is useful for testing the power supply of your circuit. The three modes you can test with are constant resistance, constant current, and constant power. Under set, you can find the buttons for the three modes to operate on. Here is the ohm symbol for resistance, A for amps, and W for watts. So let's go ahead and press the first button. Here at the preset, you can see that the characters changed to CR for constant resistance. The next button will give CC for constant current, and the last button will give CP for constant power. Now let's do a setup example for constant resistance. Hit the RSet key to change the preset. Hit the same key again to adjust your value. You can change the resistance by moving the dial and using the arrow keys to change decimal places. Hit OK and the tool will confirm your new value. You can also enter the value using the keypad. Hit OK to confirm your value, and hit escape to return. Alternatively, you can change your preset value at this interface level with the dial and arrow keys. You will need to connect your circuit to the input of the load driver. In this demonstration, I'm using a power supply providing 5 volts. When I turn the power supply on, you can see that the load driver is displaying the voltage input. Though the input is connected and the load driver is reading a voltage, the load is not yet on. Hit the blue key to switch the load on. Now we have a complete circuit with a supply and a load. You can see that we now have a value for current and power, and the voltage has dropped slightly due to the load. Now let's try a setup with constant current. Hit the ISET key to change to constant current mode. You can change the preset value as we did in the previous example, only this time we're adjusting amps instead of ohms. When switched on, the load will draw a constant current from the power supply. For constant power mode, the procedure will be the same. This time the preset will be in watts. Now we will go over how we can change the maximum current limit. When testing, make sure to check your limits, as sometimes they can be too low for your application. Hit the menu key, which is also the 8 key. This should bring up a list. Hit OK to view maximum current. Right now, the maximum value we can enter for constant current mode is 1 amp. You can enter another value to increase or decrease your range. When you return to the constant current mode, notice that we cannot raise the preset any higher than the maximum limit we defined earlier. It's also important to note that changing the maximum current limit only affects your preset range for the constant current mode. It will not limit current when operating in constant resistance or constant power mode. So this was only a quick guide for setting up 3 modes and changing the current limit. If you need more information, you can find the user manual for this tool at this link.